Today I will be doing a preventive maintenance on this HVAC unit. So I'm going to demonstrate how to carry out a preventive maintenance, heating and cooling on this rooftop unit. So I will guide you step by step on how to do it. So again, I want to quickly say something regarding why the need for HVAC preventive maintenance or tune-up, whichever way you call it. The purpose of this preventive maintenance is to help extend the life of the HVAC equipment, to minimize breakdown, correct potential problems before they get started, help eliminate energy waste, saving fuel and money, and then help energy meet manufacturer safeties and operation standards, minimize full life expectancy of the equipment. It will help prevent also the installer should be, or the preventive maintenance guy could also send a service report to the owner, to the management, as to guide them on how the unit efficiency or how it is up to standard. So these are just few steps, few reasons why preventive maintenance is really done. But I'm just going to dive into it, and then I will get going. Thank you. So usually when I come in for any preventive maintenance, I always want to see the state of the present equipment. If it's on heating, I want to fire the heating and see if my heating is working. And then if it's working, I also want to fire the cooling section to make sure my cooling is also okay. The reason of me doing that is that sometimes you just come here and you did not look at it, and you just start doing your thing, doing all the preventive maintenance. The owner might tell you, oh, my heating and cooling was working, but after the service is done, now there's no cooling, but the heating is okay. So it's better for you to try both and see they are working, and if they are working, then also report to the owner that, oh, the heating is working, the cooling is not working, or the cooling is working, the heating is not working, or both of the heating and cooling system, they are all both working. So usually when I come in, I want to take a walk around, and I like to see how the installation is done, if the installation is done rightly, or if there's any needs. Because sometimes you can have a very storm wind that may have pushed the unit a little bit, or having a problem. So you may want to note that down, or if it's something you can put right, you put right. If it's something that needs to be reinstalled, it needs to be reinstalled. So you need to look at that. And then the next thing I want to look at, the unit have to be in the off position by the time you start looking at it. So here I already turned my unit to the off position. So you're going to have to look at all the electricals, okay? Try to make sure you won't go the electrical, make sure they are tight and secure. And then have a screwdriver with you to make sure properly all your pin connectors, they are all properly, because when the equipment works, they do vibrate. And when they vibrate, chances that they will lose contact, and sometimes there's wire not coming in properly. There could be a partial contact, so which needs to be fixed. If there's any bond, if you spotted any wire that is burnt, you need to just fix that, so that you don't want to have any problem. And if there's any, I can see here there is a fraction of bond coming, but you want to make sure you check that properly. So looking at all these contact points, you can see that this one is already kind of getting burnt, so I'm going to have to lose this point out. So I came with what is called electrical contact cleaner, okay? So this is very good cleaning agent, very good. but the manufacturer said it dries fast. But usually after spraying it to clean any of my contacts, I want to make sure I wait for at least minimum half an hour to allow those fluid to quickly dry. I don't want to turn it on right away, or even in a short while. Okay, I don't want to just turn it on. I'm going to just let that fluid dry properly. I want to make sure to check my coil, my relay, to make sure they are not burnt, make sure they are okay. And I do have like a brush, and I'm going to brush all this dust, clean all of them, suck all of this away. So looking at this contact, and when that is done, I will also be looking at okay, so I'm going to look at this filter section, okay, and check my filter. Okay, so here's my filter. You can see I have two compressors in here, okay. So when I check my filters, so I'm going to slide this. You see my filter is really stinky. Oh boy, really stinky and dirty. Very stinky and dirty. I'm going to pull it out so you see, I can't even see through. I can't even see through. You can see how dirty is this air filters. You can see how, I'm going to bring a new one so you see. Look at my new air filter. You can see through. You can see my new air filter. You see how clean is this air filter. So I'm going to put them side by side so you take a look. Okay, see, so I put the filter side by side. You can look at the old one, see how stuck and stinky that is, air can't even go through, and see my new one. So that's a good thing why preventive maintenance is really good. So I'm going to change all the filters and put in a new one. Okay, look at it. And if you are air, oh, tell me, where will you go? Okay, this is very stinky, and this can easily be big. Take just for example, it's your nose. Your nose is breathing and it's breathing hard, so this is how the air filter is. It's breathing really hard. So here it will really breathe easy. Energy savings here, and then efficient of the HVAC unit. So it's really good to do a preventive maintenance. Okay, so my filter is taken care of, so I'm gonna go to the blower section to check my belt. Okay, remember your unit must be turned off. Okay, so here in this blower section, I'm gonna just you can see, look at my belt. Oh, see, my belt is ripping off already. This belt is really bad. You can see, really bad. And what is the size of my belt? AX58. So this is bad. And when the belt is bad, it's gonna be not able to pull enough CFM, and that may also be reducing the amps or efficiency of the motor. You might not get enough airflow. So I'm going to change this belt. And remember, when you put in a new belt, please make sure you don't make it really too tight. So I have a belt here that I came with, which is the same 58 belt. So I'm going to put this belt in here. I'm going to take this one out so I won't be demonstrating. So when you come in here, you can see this is a small pillar, and then this is the bigger one. So always go to the bigger one. Okay, so look at it. Very easy. Very easy. See, it's turned off. Start from the big one, not the small one, and take it out. And then see, I'm going to show you how really bad this bed is. This bed is. I'm going to show you. Okay, see how bad this belt is. See, really bad. See how bad it is. So I'm going to have to put in a new one. Okay, so again, putting a new one Now start from the small wheel, okay? Place the small wheel and then go to the big one. Start from the small wheel and then you can put it in from the bigger one. Okay, so now that my bed is in, you can just look at the tension. If the tension is that much, if it's too thick, it's gonna make the motor to be slow, and it's gonna put more force on the motor, and the motor is gonna draw more amps to be able to give you the airflow, and that's not good for the motor. So you want to make sure you don't put in too much tension, and don't also let it be too loose. And also please try to make sure you line up this pulley, this small pulley, with the bigger pulley of the blower. Okay, do that. And also, if it's too loose, this is the adjuster. This is where you adjust it. You can adjust all of this to pull the motor forward or backward, motor go forward or backward. Okay, and then please, if you have any question, okay, put it below. I will try to respond to that. So after all of this is done, and when the unit comes back on, please take your amps reading, put your amps meter in here or in there, and see if it's taking too much amps. The motor informations are out here, and all the amperage are out here, and if it is pulling too much amps or not good enough, so you can always work on that. Okay, so we're done on the motor section, and on the now here is on the heating section. Okay, so this is the heating side of this HVAC unit. In this heating section, you have the gas valve, the vent motor, the control, the burners, and then some other appliances. So basically what you need to do here is to clean. Look at it, there are some couple dust. When all this dust kind of mixed with the flame, kind of make it like bluish or reddish, so you want to make sure you clean it properly. Usually at this fall season, you want to make sure your orifices are not clogged up, so try to get nitrogen to do a cleaning. Okay, and then clean the burner. And you could as well use your camera to look if you had your heat exchanger crack. Okay, so look at it and clean your flame sensor. Very, very important, the flame sensor should be clean. So again, you must be licensed to be able to work on your heating appliances. Remember, this unit is 10-ton rooftop unit, 10-ton rooftop unit, and then the heating BTU here, I'll give you the heating BTU is about 200,000 BTU, so it's really a lot. So you want to be careful. Only if you are licensed that you can really come and touch. If you're not licensed, remember, you know what that means. It's really, really dangerous. Okay, it's not something everyone just come and jump in and start working on the heating appliances. Okay, especially heating that is natural gas or propane gas. So please be very careful. Make sure you are licensed and experienced. Thank you. So just to mention, and if your coil is condenser coil is dirty, please wash it, clean it. And if your indoor evaporator coil is also dirty, also clean it up. I have a coil cleaner here that I'm going to spray on it. So here is my coil cleaner. It said evap foam, no rinse. Okay, so I'm going to spray that on the evaporator coil to do a cleaning. So make sure you really do proper air cleaning. So this unit does have an economizer. So I hope the function of the economizer is at springtime, maybe it's 4 degree, 1 I'm talking about sensors, 1 degree sensors, and then if it's really cold outside, indoor could be very warm. So instead of the AC kicking in, the economizer is going to sense it and said, oh, I'm going to give you a free cooling. So it's just going to open up open up this damper and allow fresh air to come in, and when the room is satisfied, then it will cut it off. So that's the economizer. So make sure you check your links to make sure they are free and nothing is hanging on it, and clean the air filter as well. So I guess we have almost covered it. Again, it's your responsibility as a gas technician to make sure when you come in here, your gas line is really standard up to the code. So if your gas line is not standard or well installed, you have to put it right. You have to report that, put that on your report. It's very important. Make sure every details you cover them. They should be okay. Please, if you have watched this video so far, please subscribe to HVAC mechanical system. We do heating, cooling, refrigeration. So for your preventive maintenance and all HVAC system, if you have a question, please put that in. Thank you.